It seems that everybody enjoys frolicking in gray areas in this time right now. They are constantly seeking validation for not taking accountability, doing the work, even doing the work to find balance within themselves. Ignorance seems to be so blissful to these people. And that's why we have all of these sub-terms and subcultures and loopholes that are making bad things okay. It is allowing people to skip the work of becoming balanced in their yin and their yang energy, their light and their darkness, their feminine and their masculine. I ain't saying you can't dress up as a and but you got a vagina for a reason. Learn to harness your energy correctly. Y'all killing me with this no title stuff. I feel like it's just going completely too far. I really wish people would stop projecting their confusion into the world to just validate where they are in life. Because that's all that's happening. A lot of these constructs that's been in our society, some of them have been placed there for a reason. We need it. The Bible speaks to us in metaphors. Astrology speaks to us in metaphors. Astronomy speaks to us in metaphors and in stories. Religion speaks to us in metaphors and in stories. Science speaks to us in numbers and metaphors and stories so that we can understand it in our puny little minds. A lot of has been this way from the beginning of time, but because you have gotten confused along your journey, you now want to project this confusion into the world so that you can feel better about yourself. So many of us have experienced so much trauma within these last few decades. It has completely distorted our energy. Energy just is. I agree with that. But in order for us to truly understand it, it has to have some type of label to it. Bleach need a label or people will drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not that smart. We're not that evolved. But when we do the effort to become that evolved, we become of the Lord. We become divine. We step into our true infinite energy that is us. And with those things, we have been equipped with certain tools that allow us to harness that energy. Specifically, our bodies, our genitalia. You have a vagina for a reason. It is a womb. It is a temple. It is a portal for creation. If you want to dress up like a man and fuck women, that's between you and God. But at the end of the day, you still have a vagina. And it is a tool that has been given to you to harness the energy within you correctly. It is your resource. It is your portal. It is your temple. We don't have penises. Same thing for my men. If you want to dress up as a woman, fuck men. That's between you and God. But at the end of the day, you still have a dick. And it's purposeful. It is a tool to harness masculine energy, for you to move in that. For you to find balance. It don't matter what you dress your flesh up as. But as long as you aren't disregarding what you truly are, and you merge both those energies, I promise you, you will be in abundance. And I'm not against the LGBTQ community or anything like that. It's way deeper than that. But that's what I'm talking about. The labels. Like, we attacking the wrong labels. We attacking things that's been here since the beginning of fucking time. We've had kings and queens, gods and goddesses. To create. To reproduce. We have Mother Nature, Father God, Father Time. God is a woman. All of these things, but we don't question that. We only question it when it comes to our personal situations. And then that's when we project the confusion into the world. You're not a narcissist. You're chronically selfish. Do something with that. You're not queer. You're a sex addict. So now you're just a gay hoe. Do the work. And that statement is valid. In my experience, I have heard people say it with their chest that they are gay for sex, for the sex. They are gay simply for pleasure. I've met people that say that they are gay for pay, and they say it proudly. I've met women that say they are gay because they're tired of men breaking their hearts. So now you just heartbroken and gay. And you're going to take that over to that side and project more confusion into people that probably actually have done the work and they are balanced. This is just how they choose to present themselves to the world. But you want to go over there with your confused ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep. It's way beyond gay bashing or anything like that. And then to continue that, perfect example. Say a woman does go over, to their side. She decides she gay because her heart broke. She want to take a break from men, but she don't want to be alone because she still want intimacy. She still wants attention. So since she feel like she can't get it from men, she go over to the women's side. And then they essentially dismiss the work that she needs to do inside by labeling her a pillow princess. So now you ain't even got to be gay all the way. You can just lay there and let somebody be gay on you. Nah. If I'm gay, bitch, you finna be gay with me too. We finna fuck each other. Like, what? No. If somebody ever came to me like that and I was gay, I'm like, no, you go do the fucking work on your heart. Because that's the gray area we refuse to sit in. The one where you are alone. The one where you not get. The one where you not get no attention. The one where you not having intimacy. That is the gray area as a collective people are refusing to fucking deal with. So they're becoming gay. They putting people in situationships. Situationships have evolved into open relationships. Open relationships have evolved into such an outdated concept, which is polygamy. Polygamy doesn't benefit either party. If you truly look up the history of it, it's actually quite cult-like. Nobody is a free thinker in the situation. I wish somebody would tell me the only rule in our relationship, and we not in a real relationship, we fucking other people, and you tell me I have to give up my free will of falling in love with somebody else, but you're not committing your full body and soul. How selfish is it to try to keep somebody attached to you by putting them in a relationship that doesn't cater to them as a whole person? Because you don't want to let them go. You don't want them to find true love or be fulfilled by anyone but you. Yet you are not doing that work. You are not pouring into them all the way. You can't pour into multiple people. Somebody's going to get the short end of the stick. That is selfish and manipulative and cunning. It lacks accountability, self-love, self-awareness, self-esteem, and self-worth. Respect yourself enough to let people go. Respect yourself enough to walk away. Don't compromise yourself and your integrity and your self-worth and what you deserve to understand somebody's confusion. Because you're not. It's going to keep you in a place of low frequency, receiving things that you don't deserve, or you're going to keep receiving things you deserve, but in crumbs. You'll never get to the meal because the person will see that you're comfortable accepting these crumbs. The universe will see it too. Set those boundaries. If somebody tell you they don't want to be in a relationship, leave them the fuck alone. Block them if you need to, because those people will tend to come back because it's an attachment issue. It's an access thing. And vice versa. If you are keeping it 100 with people and you're like, hey, I don't want a relationship. You seem like that's what you want. I don't want that. Leave them alone after that conversation. And that's another thing. Learn to have these difficult conversations. You're not afraid of confrontation. You just don't like how the truth sounds, because you know it sounds to ask somebody to be in such a belittling arrangement. If you know the truth is up, then you need to check your actions. That's where accountability comes in. Have that real conversation with yourself so you don't have to have a real conversation with somebody else. That's where it starts. Stop approaching people you know you're not ready for. And then you want to try to break them down on your level so that you can have access to them. It don't fucking work like that. Some people do fall susceptible to it. But eventually they come out of the illusion. We are evolving backwards because nobody is doing the true work that gray area provides. That is the only gray area in life. The gray area when you truly sit with yourself. That's it. You sit with yourself. Anything that's confusion is not of the Lord. Anything that is unsettling is not of the Lord. It's very Rumpelstiltskin. It's very compromising. It's very devil's advocate. That's another terms for gray areas. And now we got 50 of these. From mental illnesses being labeled, relationships being labeled, and the things that make sense are being erased. The gray area the universe provides is a space for you to heal, is a space for you to contemplate, to hear God, to tap into your intuition, to tap into your gifts, for you to harness your energy properly, for you to heal your wounds, your chakras, for you to pull your energy back. It is not a place where you keep creating stimulation for yourself. If you're going through breakups and bad relationships on either side, it doesn't mean that you need to go to either side. It means you need to sit the fuck down and heal. Because once it don't work out on both sides, you become lost. And then you downplay yourself as a mere object of desire. You don't even have a label no more. You just, if you in between jobs, same thing applies. If you in between being an entrepreneur and working a 9-to-5, the gray area is there for you to sit down, put the work in, and choose a path. You don't have to overwork yourself and do both. It's about taking that time out in that gray area to hear God, to hear the next steps. Same thing, mental health issues. All your life, people have been projecting their confusion onto you. You don't have ADHD. You are enlightened. You're a genius. Your environment wasn't able to nurture that within you. Accept that. It's not your fault. You're not narcissistic. You're chronically selfish. Take accountability for that. You're not bipolar or autistic. If you're on any type of spectrum, it's God's spectrum. You're on a frequency that is not of this earth. You are outside of the matrix totally, to where you speak differently. You hear things differently. Those outbursts aren't outbursts. Those outbursts are different types of communication to things that people on your level can't see. And I say all of this, I'm channeling. This is a channeled message. If you didn't know, if you didn't catch on by now, because I was supposed to leave a minute ago, but some made me sit here and get all of this out because it's getting ridiculous in the world. Don't allow people to project their confusion onto you, and stop projecting your confusion into the fucking world. Going back to mental illnesses, unfortunately, those people don't have proper environments to nurture and harness those gifts out of them, because that's all they are. They are gifts. I've had a very decent conversation with a schizophrenic person in my lifetime, and several other people with mental disorders. I'm just saying, the gray area is there for you to sit with yourself and take accountability. It got so bad, 2020 happened. Some people actually came out on the other side, evolved. Some people came out more confused because they didn't sit down. They refused to do the work in the space that God Himself provided. Our energies are distorted and we keep making excuses for it. We keep creating shit to validate our and we are attacking not even social constructs, but we are attacking the pillars of our existence in order to make this shit make sense. But you can't make it make sense. Whenever you give something the benefit of the doubt, they are benefiting from you doubting yourself. That's all that is. And it's distorted our relationships, how we move in the workplace, common courtesy, how we raise our children. And it's definitely affecting how we think. We compromising our integrity for pleasure out here. We compromising our integrity and our identities for intimacy. Just to have somebody in our fucking face. Because we don't know how to sit still. We don't know what peace is. So we just create more gray areas within the gray area. And it does nothing but cause more and more confusion. And some people are compromising themselves for security, stability, money, not realizing the gray area is a grace period for them to build their own. Drop the codependency. But what I've noticed in every situation I've talked about, once a person fully removes themselves from these situations, from this confusion, they realize that they were confused. They were under an illusion. Almost always. It's like they choose a sense of self-worth. Because do you not deserve love? Do you know what love is? Are you still stuck on it being something that hurt you? So instead of you working with that while you're in the gray area, you decide to create your own definition of it, something that you can control, something that only you can benefit from and be protected. Is that love or is that convenience? Is that fear? We don't know what love is anymore. And we're not doing the work to find out. Do you not deserve to be respected, admired? Do you not deserve loyalty? Saying that these things don't exist is saying that you don't exist. Because you were that person at a certain time. You loved somebody that didn't know what the fuck you was given. That's their fault, not yours. Don't become what hurt you. And that's the cycle that we are also in. A lot of people are just becoming who or what hurt them. And the real ugly truth of society isn't the social constraints. It's this fucking idea of capitalism. They capitalize off of our confusion. They make everything okay. They give everything a pass. If and only if they can make money off of it, if and only if they can create a culture from it for monetary gain. And you can even see it in the music. All these subgenres that are derived from Black culture. As a DJ, personally, I could say I'm frustrated about it, but a lot of the music sucks. It just outright sucks. But because you can build a culture around it and make money off of it, we are allowing it a pass. Eating it up. We just eating it up. That's why when you find yourself alone, in isolation, relationships not working out, jobs not working out, okay? Confusion within yourself. That is a time to sit the fuck down, put your body on ice, so you can hear God and get sharp on your discernment. So the powers that we see, not the powers that be, because if you true to it, if you true to this, you know what powers be. So the powers that we see, so you don't become susceptible to the illusions that they put out. But because you seeing all this propaganda of the confusion being okay, you snowball into creating your gray areas of things you feel comfortable with and can control. Well, I'm here to tell you, you ain't in control of shit and don't nobody know what the fuck they doing. So now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do? Are you gonna surrender, sit and trust God, listen for the next steps? Or are you gonna keep moving in distorted energy, making deals with the devil, making deals with your demons? Not realizing you losing parts of yourself. You compromising integrity. You compromising the things you truly desire in life. I don't care what you say. Everybody just want one person to love them. Everybody just want one person to make them feel special. Especially if they didn't get it from their parents. Especially if they didn't get it from their household. There's too many broken people out here using broken pieces of people to become whole. You are a whole person. Use the gray area life provides for you, not the one that you created. Use the gray area life provides for you to find your pieces on your own. Because only you know what your pieces look and feel like. You are a whole person. You deserve another whole person. If there are any spectrums, it is to you being an infinite being of infinite power. You can play many roles. But once you find balance in every role that you know you can play, that's when you become a bad. And you harnessing your energy correctly through the tool you've been provided with, that's when you become aligned within yourself. That's when you become divine through your alignment. That's when you're moving through the ebb and flow of life. The gray area is there for you to call back your energy. It's not there for you to go spreading it like a wildfire. And so many people look at me and watch me. They envy my work ethic and they envy my glow up and, all these material things. But they don't know that I set my fuck down. I did this work that I'm telling y'all. This is free game. Either you gonna receive it or you not. But God told me to sit here and tell it. So may the odds forever be in your favor. My work has been done for today.